We are the astrologers of Pandora Astrology. I'm Jamie Kale Miller. I'm here in Berkeley, California.
And I'm Julia Mijas in San Francisco.
And today we want to tell you about Chiron transits, how they feel and how to handle them. So let's begin by looking at the archetype of Chiron itself. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron in the mythology was a centaur, half animal, half human. And I think that this is really germane to the meaning of Chiron, because Chiron is all about that side of us that is split or dual, or where we feel like it's hard to be whole. And the process of Chiron is to go into your wounding and heal your wounding instead of ignoring it or shutting it down. And I think that's really, really relevant to how Chiron transits actually feel. Julia, when you feel a Chiron transit, what does it feel like to you?
Oh, yes. And I have been feeling one because it's in Aries right now, and I have a lot of planets there. It can feel like an open wound. It can feel like not something that kind of just happened to you, but something that's related to the past, something almost like something that's been kind of aching for a while, like an ancient wound in a lot of ways, not just kind of a new problem in your life, but something that's really, really related to past events.
Yeah, that is so true. And I think that a lot of times, life is moving so quickly that we do shove the wounding down underneath the surface. And it makes sense. There's so much to do in life and so much that we want to have ourselves together for. But when we do that, it's not like the wounding goes away, it just goes into cold storage. And so during a Chiron transit, I think a lot of people, who maybe don't see astrologers and aren't really aware of the flows of transits in their lives, will go into a Chiron transit, not knowing that it's a Chiron transit, and feel like something painful is happening in the present. There's some new wound being laid in the moment, like so and so just broke up with me. We were together for 5 years. I really thought we were going to get married, oh, this really hurts, and the thing about becoming aware that it's a Chiron transit that you're experiencing is that allows you to bring your attention to the wound and to heal it and to look at the past deliberately and to ask yourself the vital question, what does this remind me of from my past? And how does this tie into my own core wounding? And how can I use this present moment as an opportunity to heal something very, very deep within myself so that I can become whole and it genuinely doesn't have to bother me again?
Yeah, well said.
So, like, for example, what I just described might be like a transit of Chiron to Venus or Juno. And that could go into deeper stuff like, questioning, am I relatable? Am I lovable? Down at the core. Chiron will get you into that really deep stuff. Chiron transits to Saturn can be like, what is the legacy that I really want to bring? And did my father or the father figure in my childhood model how to be a mature adult, or did he fall down on the job in some way? And how can I become the kind of authority that I want to be and heal the wound that's in the way of that? So Chiron transits can be super useful for that reason. Julia, what else do you know about best ways to respond to a Chiron transit?
Probably a little bit of therapy. No, I mean, or healing arts in general, because since whatever is happening in the present is usually connected to some sort of earlier conditioning, earlier life pattern, it's a really, really good time to kind of take stock of that, whether that's working in counseling, and other types of healing arts, which can be very helpful, tarot, astrology, of course, even hypnotherapy too. It's a time of a lot of just kind of taking stock of your own wounding in your life and learning how to kind of finally heal up those wounds.
Yeah, and going deliberately in search of sides of you that may have become split off for some reason bringing them back together, knitting yourself together, sealing it over and becoming whole, maybe in ways that you never were before. And the feeling of that is so good. And then you stop getting in your own way so much. You maybe stop sabotaging yourself so much because you're really taking all of yourself along. So Chiron transits, you might wonder if you're having one. Right now, Chiron is moving fairly slowly. And the thing about Chiron is it has a very irregular orbit. It goes very quickly through some signs and very slowly through others. Right now, it's in Aries. It'll spend 7 years in Aries total, and then it'll move on to Taurus, where it'll move a little bit slowly until it gets all the way around to the other side of the zodiac in Libra and Virgo, where it moves very, very fast. But I can tell you that if you are at or approaching age 50, you are absolutely having one of the biggest Chiron transits of your life, and that's the Chiron return, in which case you may feel like your core wounding is surging up to the surface, and it might be useful to get some help and support around that. Well, I think that's all the good stuff we had to roll out for you today about Chiron. Hope you enjoyed it. You can always find our good stuff on our website, pandoraastrology.com. And on our website, you can find transit pages where you can find out where is Chiron right now in the transits and forecast section. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye-bye.
Bye.